Aquaba, and welcome to Expat Life Ghana. I'm Ayo, and this is Tony, and we're documenting our move from Texas to Ghana as we go beyond the return.
In this video, we are talking about if we are safe in Ghana, and talk about some racist stuff and reflecting on some recent news happening here in Ghana. So.
All right. Well, then let's get this video started. Hey, Tony.
Hey, yo. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not enjoying the arrangement right now.
Do you miss me?
Yeah, not as much as Leo does.
Aw, that's good. Somebody misses me.
Yeah, he's like that little puppy, like, hey, somebody come back and get me. He's like that right now. He's just so sick right now.
That's not even the truth. He's asked me to bring back some things, right? So I don't know if he's excited for me or the stuff that I'm bringing for him.
Oh, well, that would make sense then.
Oh, and he told me that you ate all of the candy in the house and I should bring back more candy.
No, it's amazing when he tells stories, he doesn't tell them with him in mind, It's like hey, I'm gonna tell you this whole story and leave all parts of me being in the story out of it. So
I wonder where he learned that from. Anyway.
Luke, for sure, Luke.
For sure, Luke. Sid. It was from Sid. Definitely from Sydney.
Oh, Sydney. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Somebody under the bus.
Well, she's not here to defend herself. What is she going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
So what else has been going on there? I have to tell you a little bit about weather over here. It was cold. Like, I didn't have a jacket, and I had to think about all of my life choices in that moment. The wind was like stabbing me with knives, and I didn't like it.
Wow, it has just been hot here. It rained yesterday. Yeah, it rained yesterday. It kind of rained the night before, just a little bit, just enough to be like, oh, rain, and then it went away. But yesterday,
it's not rainy season.
No, it's coming to an end. I think got another 2 or 3 weeks or through the end of March or something like that. But it's just been hot.
Uh-oh. What is the temperature like right now?
Mid-90s.
Yikes. Wow. And then like humid 90s or like dry, arid 90s?
Dry, hot, muggy, dry.
That doesn't sound very nice.
But the rain kind of made it just a hot, comfortable dry. If that makes sense.
So I should not hurry back because that doesn't sound fun either.
Well, it's Ghana.
Yeah, it is. Well, so when does rainy season officially start for people who are trying to plan their trips?
The end of March. So yeah, they put out a heat advisory actually. Through the end of March, like March 20th, something like that.
Through the end of March? Like a whole nother month?
Yeah. End of March.
Oh, wow. I don't think they've ever done that in the time that we've been living there.
Yeah. So I guess they're expecting extreme heat and dry conditions. It's Hamilton, so
So my question for you is this. Would you rather be hot and dry like in Ghana, or would you rather be a slightly cold like here where I am?
No, I'm good here. The slightly cold,
Not for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now back to everybody else. I'm glad you gave us the weather advisory for those people who are trying to. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in and give some hi to some folks in the comments. So hold on 1 second. But before we do that, I should do Spotted. You had some Spotted.
Yeah. I had a couple spotted. I'm in town. You are not. So let's see. First up, who do we have? Jamil. I saw Jamil first. I saw Jamil at the Royal Kingdom Estates. It's a development firm that builds houses and they sell land and all that kind of stuff. It's a full service developer. So we were there.
You're not getting any ideas while you didn't buy any land while I was gone, did you?
Buy land? No, 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 no. I'm trying not to buy land.
Don't get any ideas while I'm not there.
Gift me land. I certainly will take the gifted land. So, yeah, we're just working out some stuff with them. And Jamil, as I was leaving, I was like, "Hey, Tony, how you doing, man? Just want to say watch the videos, and you're part of the reason why we're here and we've made the transition." So it was nice that he stopped and said, "Hey to me." And then there was Ricardo. Oh, I saw Miss Dolores. I was.
Oh, hi, Miss Dolores.
Yeah, Luke and I were together after we went to Bree, and we saw Miss Dolores. She was having lunch with a friend, and we stopped and said hey to her. And we're leaving out, and a guy stopped me. He was like, "Hey, Tony," and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And then he saw Luke, like, "Hey, young man, how you doing?" So we chatted us up for a minute. Said, he was in town visiting, but wanted to thank us for the videos and things. So that was Ricardo, and saw him at the Accra Mall. So Ricardo, what's up? I told you, be watching. What's up, dude? So that's all I got.
I kind of got spotted, not really, but I had two people who asked me if I was Nigerian from my name.
Oh, I wanted to tell them.
Well, I always say I'm Nigerian and Ghanaian, but I live in Ghana now. And the one guy said, "So you're Nigerian?" And I was like, "Okay, that's what you heard from that. Got it."
Yeah. Okay. Well, right now it's a lot of Nigerians here, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I was in a little small Texas town, and so I was surprised to find this person, and he just recognized my name from home. So he said he was in college studying. So hello. And then there was somebody else in one of my sessions who was asking, and she was like, "Are you Nigerian?" And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "Welcome here." She was so funny. So she got my card, and she was like, "I will cherish this forever." And I thought, that is, aw, thank you.
Coming to America moment.
It was. That was my moment. So that's all I've seen on my end. At least it didn't happen while I was coming out of the restroom. That would have been awkward.
That would have been even more.
All right. We better jump into these comments. I see people are going left, right, and center. So let's get into them. First off, we have to say hi to Malachi Mama D.
Hey, what's up, guys? I saw you guys jumped up in there early. How you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Liz says, hey, wants to say hi to us. Antonio, hey, Antonio, how you doing? Is Antonio coming? Did I get that right? Is Antonio going to be on his way here soon?
There was some chat about Antonio having to come and buying club or something last time.
Oh, okay. Got it. Shayna says she can't believe she finally made a live. So hello, glad you're here. All Tony, I'm gonna let you read a few. Can you even see to read a few, Tony?
No,
do I need to make my banners bigger?
I was gonna say my setup isn't, a little higher, so I'm looking down a little too much. Showing my bald head.
All we got is your bald head. You better tip it up a little bit.
I don't like that.
You're gonna have to tip it up.
On the next commercial, I got to move something, so we handle that.
Do you want me to mute you out and I'll read some comments by myself so you can feel like you have a moment?
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
I just did it. Are you ready? You're gone.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. I'm sorry, guys. I need to slide up out of here for a minute.
Your head is so big. While you're doing that, I am going to put up this reminder from Oh, I just saw it from Burdell. Thank you, Burdell. If you are here with us right now on this live, please hit like. And if you are already subscribed, thank you for being here. If you are not subscribed yet, please do so. If you hit the live button, more people will join us. So hit that like button while we're doing our live. Did that buy you enough time, Tony?
Yep. See, I just hope I got back to the right position here in my chair. Am I
all right, we got you.
Is that better?
That is so much better. Wow. That's
okay. Yeah, it's a better at my eye level. So yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Great.
All right. I'm gonna let you read a couple.
Okay. Jet Union. Jet. Hey, what's up, dude? Hello, Tony and Io. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Orlando, Florida. Whenever we go here, Aquaba from Ghana, and waiting on that. So, come on, Jet. Where you at? Mahir, hello. How are you, sir? And Daystar LLC checking in again. Thank you. Hello from South Carolina. Teresa Graham, greetings from New York.
Schenectady.
Yeah. I just saw it in New York. King Croc, hey fam, how you doing?
I like how I like to give you the words when I know they're going to be hard. I give them to you so that you.
I know. Finally made it. Teresa Graham, yes. We'll be around. We'll be together next month for the live. Not just side by side.
Hey, I feel like they get to see what it's really like when we get together and talk. This is it.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for like 3 weeks now, something like that.
Aw, have I been gone that long?
Yeah, you've been gone for a minute.
I haven't gone for a minute.
And I told Penny today, I was like, yeah, Penny, everybody loves when you're around. I said, even Mr. Jerem, he goes, yes, I do appreciate you being around, Penny. I was like, boy, we can't.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all up to?
No, just some normalcy when she's around, I think.
Got you. Yeah, you guys are kind of all in a upheaval moment right now. Apologize for that.
No, it's no worries. I'm holding it down. I got this. Okay, so what else?
I know you got that. Yep. Okay. Black, how you doing? From Georgia. Good to see you here. Burdell, hey, good to see you. Bryant in from Charlotte, North Carolina. Mama D sick.
Wait, go back.
Oh, what I missed?
Right there, Brian Shorter. Hey, how you doing, Bryant and Jaquetta? I think we are scheduled. They're part of our upcoming Easter tour. Yeah, upcoming Easter tour. So, hey, guys, looking forward to hosting you in March.
Yay! Cold does not work. Somebody else is agreeing with you on the cold.
Yeah, it's just no good, just burr.
Yeah, for sure. You got some folks in from the ATL.
Hey, Raven, how are you? Brian,
Spring Fling. Oh yeah, they said they're looking forward to seeing you at Spring Fling.
Looking forward to having you guys. It's gonna be nice.
Got some folks saying hello.
Antonio, doing good to have everyone child support and pass up. I hear you, man. Work on that. Yeah, because you don't want to come here and then and that be on child support here and come single or something.
No. So, hey Connie, how you doing? Good to see you here from Arizona. It's a hot, hot there too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, when was the last time that you were to the States?
I was just there. January.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes. Family time was awesome. We were on vacation. So yeah, I was there with the family. This was the first time in a couple of years that I went back and I was on vacation with the family. Usually I go back by myself and it's like a week and I'm in and out. But it was nice to hang out with the family for about 3 weeks. So yeah.
Did you enjoy your time in the States or did you enjoy your time when we were vacating out of the States?
Yeah, we were only in the States for like 4 days. So
It was like just enough time for you to hit the mall, buy some shoes, eat some food, and get out.
The malls enjoyed me being in the States. It's like, yo, we got a bump in sales. What happened? I was like, some dude came through just on a whirlwind buying trip. So I did.
Your credit card got hot. Your credit card got hot. All that swiping you were doing.
It's still heat jumping off that joker. Yeah. But we're in Miami, so it was kind of laid back and relaxed. And I was with the family, so I couldn't really party or anything like that. So, yeah, I had a good time. It was fun.
I thought it was a good time. We got somebody here who said they followed our journey in 2020, but chose Rwanda over Ghana. And then after 4 years came to Ghana. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm curious, why did you leave Rwanda to come to Ghana instead? Wendy, if you're out there, will you let me know in the comments so that I can, inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I want to know that one.
I do too, right? Jet says he's coming in October. Are you doing an October tour, or will we have we'll probably have an event somewhere in there? October.
No, that's the October festival in Brie is happening. So yeah, and there's a group tour that will overlap that. So we'll be.
I know you can't wait to take a big old group tour. Yeah. That is going to be the party tour for sure.
I can't wait.
See, I told you.
I like that one better than December.
Any other? Yeah, really?
Yeah. Yes, it's less expensive. December gets expensive, and October's like, hey man, you got 100 CDs, you're good for the night.
That's pretty true, actually. That's pretty true. You can eat and get drunk for 100 CDs, right?
Right. Well, maybe 150 if you're trying to eat.
But you'll eat good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Lisa from Philly, how you doing? Io, thanks for getting the city right. Bam. Thank you, Miss Teresa. Marguerite says, hey from LA. Bryant says he will see you soon.
Yep, looking forward to it, Bryant.
Daystar wants to know about the safety. Daystar, we're going to come back to the safety conversation in just a second. Liz has decided to move to Kenya, but will always stay at Tony and Io's when in Ghana.
Well, we appreciate that.
And then I always miss the events, and I've been here years now.
There's one coming up March 20, the last Saturday of March.
Whatever the last Saturday in March is, we have an in-person. Is it a meet and greet?
Meet and greet.
Do you know where it is yet? Or don't tell anybody. You have to be in the closed Facebook group.
Right now.
You have to be in the closed Facebook group to find out the details. So, Miss Denise, if you have been missing them, make sure you're in the closed Facebook group. We will share the details for our in-person event there.
Yeah, you'll be the first one. I can't believe you just told. Yeah, it's March 30th. Yeah.
March 30th. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be something in Osu, if that helps you.
They said that that's festival time. They might not make it, and that they are in the group, so you should catch the deets.
Yeah, we're going to start throwing out information on it now.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be coming out soon. Whew, that was a lot of comments. I feel like we got them through. So we had that big question. You sent me a message. You WhatsApped me because, that's what we do. We WhatsApp. You WhatsApped me an article about Ghana, and I'm wondering if you would like to share it with the folks.
Number 2.
What's number 2?
Ghana's ranked number 2 safest countries in Africa.
Yeah, I thought that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels right.
Feels right. I always think it's interesting when we talk about safety, people get really nervous about the idea of Africa. In fact, I was talking to someone and they said that they thought they shouldn't come because they thought they'd be targeted as a lighter skinned person. And I was like, well, what do you think you're going to be targeted for? And she's like, I don't know. People will just all be out to rob me and break into my house and things.
Like, what you got? They want to rob you. Millions and millions hiding around.
That might actually be part of the conversation that needs to be had, is that would you say we're middle class in America?
Yes.
Okay, we're middle class in America, but sometimes when we're in Ghana, I feel po.
No, it's like, it's really weird because sometimes you can feel in the same hour, you can
Yes.
feel really entitled and really well off, and
Yeah.
like and humbled. Like
5 minutes
soon
later.
you come around the corner, you're like, oh wow, man. I'm not working hard enough, man. What am I doing with my life, man? I don't know what is going on. I should just quit right now.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes
Yeah,
that happens with the same person. Like I have seen people, I'm like, oh, I feel so privileged to be a little better off than them. And then they start talking, I'm like, oh, you are the one that owns that whole block. Excuse.
yeah.
I'm poor. You're buying dinner.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah.
I wait, and I'm like, you picking this up? I don't know how much money you got, but I'll never know.
Yeah, I think that's got to be part of the conversation. And I definitely I don't want anybody to hear that we don't think that we have privilege in Ghana. But we are definitely not the privileged in Ghana. Like we are not.
Oh no.
We're not even. I don't even think we're close.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, yeah. Like I said, yeah. You've been gone for a lot has been happening in the neighborhood, and when I say, oh yeah, it's a visible difference when you come in. So, yeah, we're nowhere near what these people have around us. They got money.
Yeah.
We're still American credit heavy, We're the poors, really, we're the poors.
We're not the poors. I don't want to be the poors. Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think that's part of the conversation, though, is that this African idea that somehow you're here and you're a target because you're rich, but really, are you? Are you?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't see or even hear about, we have a lot of friends, from the States here and different businesses and things like that. I think the only way they are targeted is because they own businesses and they have to deal with employee theft. But outside of that, nobody's really targeting anyone here. Don't you?
Now, I will say, with that said, in the same breath, we've been targeted a couple times from people trying to get some money in their pockets.
Yeah.
But do you think that's because we're Americans? Do you think that's because we're middle class? Do you think that's because I'm light skinned? Like, why do you think? Is it just that we don't know better?
I think initially it was a good mix of all of those things: new, not knowing better, foreign. I think initially it was a mix of all of those things, but now, not so much.
Got you. So when is there any time, do you think, for you as a Black middle-class male moving around, do you ever feel in danger? Or are there certain situations where you're like, no, I don't do that because I know it's not safe?
No, I think the only time I may get nervous sometimes is when I see the money trucks and they're jumping in and out of those, and it's around the bank or ATM or something like that. I'm like, I don't want to be around here. That's the only thing that I hear. A big robbery or something like that would be one of those, but that's just me and my own, uneasiness about being around, money trucks. But
yeah,
I don't.
Do you feel secure when I'm out without you, or do you worry for my safety?
No, I don't worry for you. No, I don't worry. No.
I know, because I will kick some butt.
I know you, because you're crazy, and they were like, "Yo, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
I will hit you with my purse. I swear to God.
You got a brick in it too. Yeah. But no, I used to be, and then I think it's just more of where we are.
So you
You were
think
going
that
out there, Simon.
no, so there are places. So okay, so there are places in Greater Accra where we kind of tend to move around that you wouldn't go to, or you wouldn't want me to go to by myself. He's really thinking about this, y'all. That was like a long pause.
No, I don't know. I think really we're to that point now where we kind of know. I don't know, yo. I don't think
Like
there's
we
any
know.
place.
Okay. I got a better
I,
question.
I, I don't go there at any point. So
I got a better question. Is there any place that you feel like you wouldn't want your daughter to go to by herself?
a couple places.
Why? Why would you not want her to go, but it's okay for me to go? It better not be because you love her more than me either.
No. I think you have a little more experience.
Did you just
You
call me
have
old on YouTube Live?
no. I said
Experience. Got it.
no. I didn't. I did not call you old. No, it just you've been around longer here, so try to
So is
wash
it?
that off.
So you just feel like when you come in as a newbie and
Why does that chair make that noise?
oh, I'm convinced something lives in there, and I've looked like 4 times. Is that what you keep turning towards? If
Yeah,
anybody's wondering, there is like a sofa next to where he's sitting, and it makes the weirdest noises sometimes. And at first, I was afraid to look, and then I decided if I didn't look, whatever was in there was going to come and eat me. So I did look, and there's nothing in there.
I'm like, yo, I know I'm the only person here. What is that sofa making noise for? And it's one of those wicker wicker couches, so I know it's under tension. So I'm thinking, logically, that's what that noise is. It's
yes, but illogically, there's an animal in there that's going to come out and eat you, right?
I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have to walk this outside to the road because I ain't no way I'm sitting in here any much longer. Nope.
So that's the most dangerous part of living in Ghana is the animals that might be living in your sofa.
Yeah. I used to, the longer I'm here, the more I see and the more I have the understanding of where I can go, where I can't go, what I can do, what I can't do. And, lately you see more of the police bikes. There's another load of them just came in. So you see more of these police bikes. You hear them at night now about 10:30, 11 at night during the weekday. And they're coming through at night, with that siren, woo, woo. And, they'll come through a couple of times. And I like that. I know they're letting you know, the bad guys know we're out here, we're looking. So I think visually, the police are making a better effort of being seen and making traffic stops and things like that.
I don't know if they ever had a problem making their traffic stops. I feel like they had that part down.
Yeah, something like that. But safety, I mean, Sydney ditched us at Afro Future. And I was like, yeah, okay, see you later. And somebody else was talking about, they were there with their kids. And they're like, just the peace you have that nothing's going to jump off. And, you can leave your teenagers, just let them go. And, they're okay. That's a good feeling where you can just relax and you can let go of that feeling. I don't know how to explain it, that something's going to happen, that anxiety that, something's going to happen.
Did you feel, now you haven't been back stateside for a minute. So did you feel that when you were in Miami, when you were back in the US last month, or you didn't have that anxious feeling?
No, I did, but it was something, when I usually go to the States, I'm in Texas.
Right.
And the last time I was there, I was like, I don't know if I want to come back to Texas. I could tell everybody had a gun. And I was like, I don't like this being around guns like that, because eventually somebody's gonna pull one out. And
it was strange. I was in a small town, like a smaller town here, and I kind of said that you had that feeling last time you were here, and the person who was hosting me was like, he's right. Everybody has a gun, but we need them. It's not safe here. And I was like, really? So, white people living in America do not feel safe.
Yeah. I don't want to be around that, because anything they don't feel safe about, their only plan of action is to pull out that gun.
Kind of seems like that is a true thing.
You
So
accidentally bump into somebody walking down the street and they think you're trying to mug them, and next thing you know, you got 6 bullets in you.
Well, you saw what happened at the Super Bowl celebration. I mean, I know you watch the news, so I'm sure you saw that. It was like everybody's out celebrating Super Bowl win. 2 people get into a scuffle. Next thing you know,
22 shot.
I mean, like, you went to Afrofuture. That's not even, you would never even cross your mind that was something that could happen.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said here about the safety of Ghana, not only in the frame of other African countries, but also the safety of Ghana as a frame of kind of like a global safety, or at least compared to the States, for those in the States thinking about coming.
Yeah, I feel safe here.
I'm glad. All right, I'm going to jump back in the comments here and see what else is popping off. Let us see here for a second.
Nothing in Ghana, I tell you that. We're number 2 safest countries in Africa.
I have Isi here from Temescal Valley. Safety, does it include the North African countries?
Yeah.
We're number 2 for all African countries, right?
Yeah, I gotta find where we're citing, but yes. That just came out this past week.
It was just this week. Denise says it's fact, though. It's fact.
Yeah.
Hugh is here, Jamaican in Georgia. And is Ghana safe is a question to be addressed in the context of what's happening to African-American women in the Gambia. Gambia sounds like Ghana to some people. So do you think people are confusing different countries and thinking Ghana is less safe because they can't hear well?
Well, Gambia, Guyana, or Ghana, yeah, they are. And the problem is people think, Africa is just one country, and all those other places are just, this side of Africa, this country, instead of, this continent. So that's
Africa is just one country. You either live east of the hut, west of the hut, north of the hut, or south of the hut, right?
My wife.
I know they're going to be in the comments.
We were going up to breathe that first time. Like, oh, Tony, look, somebody's house. It's a hut over there. Look in the mountains. There's a hut. This is a big old glass house. I'm like, yo, man, stop making jokes. It's not funny.
Pop roasted you for a long time that first trip you were here.
Yeah, he did.
He wouldn't let up. He must have showed you about a dozen huts.
And I mean, my first experience with safety here was with him on that first walk. And I was like, yo, I'm not walking down there. Like, why? Like, man, you see them dudes down there, man, we should take the detour. He was like, if you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. And he just and then he walking. evening, sir. Evening, sir. All 4 or 5 of those guys stood up and was like, I'm like, yo.
Do you know what though? I mean, it's true because he would walk all the time. For those of you who are wondering, my father, when he was, in his 60s and 70s, would be walking all over Tema like every day, just these big long walks, miles he would put on. And so when on your first visit, you went walking with him. And for those people who don't know, sometimes you're going for a walk and you're walking in between. It's not even an alley. It's not wide enough to be an alley. It's like a walkway between 2 plots or 2 fences or, some uneven terrain that might have people's shanty shacks up against one side. Like you're not walking on a sidewalk. And so he popped down one of those walkways and you were like,
Yeah, and it is like just getting dark. We're headed back. The clock on this way. And he looking like, yo, really? Yeah. But that was my friend. I just like, whoa. And this is somebody that, I would think if there was going to be a candidate to be a victim, he would be the candidate, old
what
guy
do you think?
Yeah. And the least person that has any worries out there just
popping along. And even too, when you say that, on his property, he flew a Ghanaian flag and an American flag out on the front of his property the entire time he lived.
Prominently.
In Ghana. Oh, yeah. Which you would also think would kind of make you
a victim.
A target if there were going to be a target. Nothing ever happened to him. Like, no.
Yeah, well, they name a street for you, people aren't going to mess with you.
But either way, I mean, if you're out there, a crime of opportunity, you see an American flag and a Ghanaian flag, you might think, hey, like, they probably have some stuff in there. I mean, if that's the thought process, but it didn't happen. I don't know. I know people are victims of crime in Ghana, just like people are victims of crime anywhere that you live in this world, unfortunately. But it's good to hear that Ghana is safe enough to rank number 2 on this list.
Yes, definitely. Made my day.
Let's see. Came in late. I think I'm missing something. Brian, Ghana safe.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah. Come on, hang out.
Let's see. We asked Wendy a little earlier. Rwanda is landlocked, and it became more expensive every year, and back and forth with the Congo and bordering countries. So she's from Dallas, and she likes the heat. It's in her bones.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Anthony says, but the reality is that we are better off than most average Ghanaians. Agreed. If you consider Ghanaians individually.
That's weird, man. You know what? I don't know. Anthony, here's the thing. Ghanaians don't let you know how much money they have. They're not everybody shows their money, man, like in the States. So you can look at somebody, see how somebody's living and not understand that the wealth that they have. So
that's happened to me so many times.
Yeah, it's really hard to look at somebody and know their financial status.
Well, even beyond that, I think that we assess wealth differently. I mean, we think about what wealth looks like through different lenses. And we've talked about this before. People look at us as Americans and say, oh, you are very wealthy. And it's like everything in American life is done on credit. Like you want a car, you have to have credit. You want a house, you have to have credit. If you want a job, they run your credit. So like you have to have credit to live your life. Whereas in Ghana, credit is not that mainstream. So you might look at someone and think that they have less than you, but technically you carry more debt and they carry no debt. So they're actually wealthier than you are. So yeah, I don't know if you can gauge it, but I completely empathize that and understand that we are wealthier than part of the Ghanaian population. But again, How do you measure that? Because they don't have 2 cars and I don't know, and a big house. I don't know.
We don't have a big house.
No, I'm just saying, like, what is the measure of being? What is the measure of being well off?
Yeah, it's just hard. I just keep going back to the salad lady.
Oh my God, the salad lady.
Remember how she looked though? It was like,
right?
You feel bad for her.
She made tips because you would look at the salad lady and be like, "Here you go, salad lady, keep the change."
You got a 3-story house, and you out here looking like, people giving you a tip because they think you need it.
The salad lady made more than both of us combined in dollars.
Yeah, that was wild. We
selling salad on the street, not in a restaurant, not in a cart, not in a salad van, on the street. That lady made salad. That lady made a lot of money in salad.
That was wild.
Brian says, I know most of us think of ourselves as middle class. Outside of capital cities, we would be rich to the average African, whether Ghanaian or other. I think I have to agree with Brian on that one. But again, how do you assess wealth? Mayor says, I live abroad. Everyone thinks I'm rich and I don't have too much responsibilities, and then they ask too much.
Yeah, I think that goes wherever you go, being somebody from a foreign place. They figure, oh, you're here, you're choosing to be here, you must got money.
I mean, if you can travel internationally, you got to have a little money. You can't get on a plane without a little money.
You know what was weird? I was listening to, in the States are having this issue with the southern border. People coming in. They're following this Asian guy, this Chinese guy. And they're like, so how much did you pay to get here? They're like, he's like $10,000 US. I'm like, you got $10,000 US, man. You should have stayed there because you got money. What do you want to do?
It's like 60% of Americans can't cover a $50 or $500 emergency. 60% of Americans can't cover a $500 emergency.
That was wild. 10,000 to get from China to the United States, going through Central America.
And again, we are not saying that that the living conditions in China are anything compared to America. We're not taking a political stance whatsoever. We're just noting that you got $10,000. You're doing all right.
Yeah.
Anthony says Ghanaians would be more likely to scam you than physically take money from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tony, would you not go to Nima at midnight?
I wouldn't go to Nima at 12 o'clock noon, man. Come on. No.
I know somebody's gonna pick like the. Come on, man.
I go to 12 o'clock at midnight. Midnight. When I go in the helicopter, I do a flyover. Like, yep, there it is, right there. I wouldn't go to.
Wendy says, I'm a great grandmother traveling the continent by myself, and I feel safer on the continent than I do in America as a grandmother.
Exactly. I know exactly how you feel.
And that shouldn't, I'm glad that there's a place that you can find peace like that, but it shouldn't be the thing. In the U.S., you shouldn't feel like you're unsafe. America's supposed to be the best country in the whole wide world.
You know what made me feel uncomfortable in the States was being in the States. I didn't feel like I felt like I was I didn't feel like I was in America.
Why didn't you feel it in the States? You didn't feel like you were in America.
Last time I didn't feel like I was in America. Remember, every time somebody spoke to us.
Oh, they were speaking in Spanish. Well, that's because we were in Miami. Miami's like predominant, in Miami, everybody speaks Spanish.
And that's why I was like, I didn't like it. Because I wanted to feel like, yeah, I'm here. And I was like, yo, I went in there, it was a Chinese lady just started speaking Spanish to me. I'm like, yo, sorry.
Well, does that motivate? I think that's the hard thing too, is like in Ghana, we're surrounded by all French speaking countries. So it makes more sense to learn French. But if you're going to be stateside, like I feel like you definitely should learn Spanish.
Yeah.
No vote on that. I think you should learn Spanish, Johnny.
Oh, 75, 80-year-old white dude. He just speaking fluent Spanish to the guys working with him. I'm just sitting looking like, man.
Yep.
I couldn't live with it. Because everybody, and then they were thrown off. People were thrown off that I didn't speak. So they're like, looking at me like suspiciously, like, what's wrong with you? That you know,
you should speak Spanish. You look like you speak Spanish. Why don't you speak Spanish? Yeah, I thought it was funny when people would speak Spanish and you would reply in English, they would reply back in Spanish. And I was like, how is this working right now? It's like, we're okay. Let's just keep going. We'll figure it out.
But then it was weird because I'd see people who didn't think were Spanish or
everybody speaks
or Latino in any way, and they were. I was like, whoa. They just started speaking Spanish to the salesperson. I was like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. I thought you was like Shaniqua or something. You was like, nope, I'm Maria. I was like, wow.
It goes to show you can't tell, okay? You can't tell.
I
mean, but we were when we were traveling through Honduras and Belize and Mexico and places, we would run into Black Spanish speaking individuals.
Well,
and does that throw you off as well? Does that like make you feel?
No, I understood that.
Oh, okay, just in Miami. It was like Miami.
Yeah, Miami. I was like, yo, this is weird, man.
Philly Southern Girl says, is it safe for single women to visit Ghana?
Yeah, all the single ladies.
I know Sydney's out there, all kinds of single lady.
They're out there
and dressed like a single lady.
They are in what?
And dressed like a single lady.
Oh yeah.
I had to put my ducky lips out for that one.
One, please. Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah, it is. Put it this way: you would not get shot for being African Black, like in the U.S., UK, Brazil, or anywhere else. No, not in Ghana. Not at all.
Yeah, you are not. I mean, and that's the thing. You know, if I do something wrong here and the police treat me bad, they just treat me bad because that's how they treat people. It's not, hey, we're going to treat the other dude better or something like that.
They just treat you bad, so you slide them a little cash and then they'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, I slide them cash when they don't treat me bad. That's what me and beat me up.
Anthony says, will you go to Medina Market? I've been to Medina Market plenty. What?
Yeah.
Sydney too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Sydney
go Liz wants to know if I'm going to pick you up some Trump sneakers. Tony, you need some Trump sneakers.
Well, he coming up with new businesses. He from what I understand, he needs some money.
I know, we should get inspired here. We should offer some expat life sneakers.
Yeah, not gonna fly right. Maybe we should get some sandals, expat life sandals.
Some Jesus walks.
Yeah, we went to we're at the mall. What was that yesterday? We went to the mall yesterday, and we stopped at the store. It was crazy. They had the ski jackets out. You know, the goose down, goose food.
That happened before. Where are people wearing these? It is 95 degrees outside.
Who's buying these damn things?
I don't know, but we go around all the time and see people with like knit winter hats on, walking around outside in Ghana, and I don't understand either. I'm like, do you not feel that? EC says that he is here in the US and his ATM was hacked. You just have to be aware of your surroundings anywhere. Totally true. Cornelius is here from New Iberia, Louisiana. Hello.
Hey.
Fadiki says when the chair moves on its own, it's Ouija, the ancestral spirit.
It's just making noise.
Yeah, it's like somebody's inside of the chair trying to get out. Look at your face.
I've been fine. Hey, You're in my house, so I'm not gonna back down to anything. You're in my house. We just gonna have to. You gonna beat me up, or you gonna start paying rent? That's how it's gonna go.
I tell you this all the time, sir. If you aren't kind to me, I'm going to send the spirits after you. You don't do right. Whatever's in the chair is coming for you.
I'm gonna tell that spirit the same thing I would anybody else. You're either gonna beat me up, or you're gonna start paying rent. You're gonna be here.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Experience because she is the daughter of a Ghanaian man.
Yeah, you got that experience.
Is that what I got?
Yeah.
There are certain places in Accra after certain times where tourists should not venture, like Nima. Well, yeah, I mean.
Yes, absolutely. And there's places that I wouldn't go, hey, somebody tell me something happened in the South Side of Chicago. I'm like, hey, y'all have fun. Not South Side Chicago, South Side of Houston. I'm not going.
I mean, there's some places.
You going to something happen?
I know how you feel. I was close to Viter recently.
Oh.
See, right there. And that's daytime. Like daytime, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna stop there.
I think it's a misdemeanor just for me just to visit Viter.
No, I remember I went and I spoke in Viter. They invited me to come and speak there.
Yeah, but you didn't stay there that night.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I know better. I was like, no, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and Lisa says the roadblocks may cost you a few CDs, but they'd rather give a bribe than give their life.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate the rules, but I now understand what they do or what they're designed to do. I saw a police officer jump on his motorbike and go after a guy on a motorbike. And all I can gather was the guy on the motorbike, he got so far and realized it was a police checkpoint. He turned around and went the other way, and I was like, that was weird. But then I saw the one of the police officers sitting there. He jumped on the motorbike and zoomed after the guy, and I was like, well, I guess if he didn't want to talk to the police or pass that checkpoint, they want to see why. So,
I mean, that sounds like a good idea. Somebody, Truth Over Fiction wants to know, number one, it was Mauritius, right?
Yeah.
We
have to visit that place. I was just hear just so much about that place.
I know. Well, it's, it always ranks high on all the lists, but it's a very high income country. Yeah. So we should go there. Let's put that on the list.
Even like the poor people who got servants. I ain't bound in this.
Know how that works. Oh no, how that works. Wendy says, agree with Tony. I was in Texas in 2022 and heard sirens and gunshots. Yeah, it's draining. I agree with you.
Yeah. And the only sirens we hear once in a while, there's an ambulance that'll go through, but then you may get one of the bank trucks that'll go through that'll have a siren, and that's about it. You get the police motorbikes, they have the sirens, but
not too much.
Yeah, it's no sirens. Yeah, you get conditioned to that. Oh, what's going on? Something's happening.
Truth wants to know if they do a census in Africa. They came around and did one where we are. I don't know if all of Africa does one, but Ghana did a count. That was like 2 years ago. I think they did that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, was it 2 years ago? I think that was about 2 years ago. Brian says that he was going to say that Americans think Africa is a nation and not a continent.
Many do, and it's just they lack of understanding, I guess.
Can you blame them? You cannot blame them confusing Ghana and Gambia because geography is not taught anymore like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah says, no, Huts. Oh, yes. Thank you. Sylvia says, is there a homeless problem?
Not really.
I mean, like
it's not like, how
do you classify
homeless camps? Yeah, like you don't see like homeless camps and all that kind of stuff like you do in the States and those.
No, but we have like the shanty towns. Like you get people who have built they'll
build a shack in a minute.
Yeah.
But that don't make them homeless.
Which I guess is like, does that make like our less fortunate folks in Ghana more to do than less fortunate folks in America? Because at least our people go and build themselves a shanty. Like, at least they go get themselves something to live in.
It's just that they got a little more get up and go here, I guess.
That must be it. I just came back from Ghana, and he's right. They don't mess with you unless you mess with them. Almost everyone is helpful and hospitable. Thank you, Rider Lady 2. Brian says wealth in the U.S. is mostly financed.
Yep.
The average Ghanaian takes home 4,000 to 5,000 cedis a month. Divide this by 12 to get the dollar equivalent to get an idea of salaries in Ghana. Yes. But again, you have to factor in cost of living and how wealth is defined. Because I can tell you right now, I know people who make $100,000 in the US and cannot afford a $500 emergency. Like they don't have money. So I get what you're saying completely. But like, even we know people who are employed by others making that type of salary. Somebody just went and bought land. I was like, you're buying land faster than I'm buying land. How is this? What is going on here? What is happening?
I'm convinced, they're talking about the 24 economy here coming in. I'm convinced people already got 3 or 4 jobs working 24 around the clock. Because some people, I'm like, man, how do you afford this, man? Don't you drive a cab?
Get your hustle on. Get the hustle on. Adu says some Ghanaians are very rich. The credit card system doesn't work in reality in Ghana. No, it definitely does not. Tony, you eat the fufu?
Yes, I eat the fufu.
Gotta eat the fufu. Hey, good to see y'all. Chuck and I are looking forward to coming back to Ghana in a few months from Priscilla.
All right, Miss Priscilla. Looking forward to having you guys.
Gambia is safer on the safety index than the United States. A lot of places are safer on the safety index than the States.
It was just like somebody shot at the police. Killed 2 police officers and a firefighter. I was like, whoa, all in the same incident. I was like, whoa.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, Daystar says, what's the quickest way to learn Tree? Live in a place where everybody speaks Tree and then don't speak English.
Yep.
Riches is having a large plot of land or having money to spend. Those who have money to spend seem to be richer. Is this really so? Nah, man. And people who spend money like that, it's the dude who has a hole in his t-shirt that is worth millions here. I swear. Like, I have met more people where I've looked at them and been like, let me buy dinner. And then find out later they have 7 properties and, they walked here today and left the Land Rover at home. Just what?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You can't judge.
Not at all. You cannot judge.
People are talking about how you compare net worth and how you compare people's I guess like not just, I think it has to be quality of life, maybe quality of life versus cost of living. I can tell you right now, as middle-class Americans earning roughly the same income, right? Like the equivalent, we live a better Ghanaian life than we did an American life. Do you think that's true? Or do I?
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think there's a sliding scale here. Somebody says bilingual is the future, and they were deliberately trying to force you to speak Spanish.
Yeah, everybody there. I didn't like it. Wasn't for me. Yeah, it wasn't for me.
Brian says everyone in the family needs a pair of Trump sneakers.
Tell you what, if you give me a pair, I'll wear them.
I don't even know. I don't know what you're doing.
I certainly will.
Nobody send those. Don't send those. Don't do that. Trump is going to discharge that debt.
You see me wearing them when we're doing trash cleanup down in the.
Kin's kid says, how is your eldest son? Will we get a chance to meet him? Tony, how old is your eldest son? Too old. And will you get a chance to meet him someday?
Well, yeah.
That there you go. Sometimes I think I'm like, who? I messaged Carson the other day, by the way, because like that's all the kids do now is message each other. So I was messaging him. Anyway, what month do you recommend people come to visit?
That depends. You coming to party December,
or October, or November?
Yeah, or like anytime really.
April. There's a bunch of festivals in April too.
Well,
if
April.
You don't like to be hot up in the summer.
March. Next month is the Easter, the Quahu.
Yep.
Paragliding.
Yep.
It's happening. So.
Yeah, I think it's good to remember that in the summer months, so August, June, July, and August, it's cooler but rainy. And in the winter months in US, so December, January, February, it's hot and dry. Yeah. Depends on what you like.
Yeah, it depends. And, it just depends on what you're coming for. But any time is a great time to come and visit.
Yeah. D. Brown says, I question if we have it better in generational wealth. I heard generally Ghanaians have a family home, land, or village they can return to if they don't make it in the city, and we don't have that. That's what I was saying is like if you compare wealth individually, but like we know a lot of folks who have family homes and like are like always have a home base, always have a safety net, because even if they don't necessarily own the home, it's the family's home, and so they have a home.
Right.
And we don't really have that in the States.
Something over there that is not preached. It's like soon as Big Mama die, you sell her house. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, we don't accrue that generational wealth.
Nope.
We've got somebody who is saying that they live in Nema Ridge. Is there something they need to know?
I think Nema Ridge may be different than Nema.
If you're here, blink twice if you're okay. Just kidding.
I know. She said, that's a call for help. I live in Nema Ridge. Help.
We will send help. Writer Lady says those Trump sneakers look like kid shoes. Emery from Montreal is coming this October.
I know every Black person in America is supposedly going to go out and buy them because we love sneakers, we love being consumers. So
who said that?
You hear that guy talking on Fox about that? Oh, it's a big deal about it. Yeah, Black people love sneakers, so we're relatable. He met us on our level. You got to hear them say, "Oh, Io." It was like a SNL parody happening in real life.
I'm gonna have to go back and find it. I'll go back and look. That sounds ridiculous. All right.
It was wild just listening to that.
Priscilla says, California, the thieves tie a vehicle to the ATMs to steal them. I no longer use the ATMs. Do you know what that reminded me of, though? When we were renting the car and they were like, somebody broke onto the car rental lot the day before we were renting and stole what, Tony?
Yeah, four Escalades.
Brand new Escalades.
Yeah, because we had just rented for them like 2 weeks prior and had no issues. And I get there and they were like, we need
a blood sample. We need a piece of hair.
Like, wait, man, I'm getting off. He's like, yo, brother, calm down, man, brother, listen. And he goes, yeah, we just had some of our luxury vehicles stolen. So, they're making us go through this extra security. And I'm like, for real? It's like, yeah, man, somebody last week just came. They got us for 4 Escalades. I'm like, oh, say less, man. Hey, somebody get me for 4 Escalades. Leave your youngest child here. We'll take care of them. Bring them cars back.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad over there.
Yeah, it's definitely. Quada wants to know if you will see yourself growing very old in Ghana.
Yeah. I'm not
It's
getting
funny
any
because you
younger.
didn't see yourself growing old in America.
Nah,
Not because you thought you would move away, but because you assumed you'd be dead.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I see myself getting older here.
Yeah.
The grays aren't slowing down any. I didn't shave very well today. I didn't shave it off today. I ain't.
Don't shave it off. You'll look just like Leo. You'll freak me out.
Yeah, that kid.
Liz says the first thing that you hear when you say you're moving to the continent is, "Oh, be safe." But really, you should be hearing that.
Yeah, I am not. Guys, and you know what's weird was right before we left, I was getting the travel warnings about going to the States, and it was like, oh, civil unrest. I can't. What was happening at the time? Was it something at the border? I don't know. It was something they were talking about. Civil
Yeah, I don't know
unrest.
if I can remember.
I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Where am I going again? I'm just going to the States, just over there. I've been there before. I'm from there. You're giving me a travel warning.
Travel advisories going to the States. Thank you very much for the super chat. Ghana is introducing more electric payment systems, and that will help with the overcharging.
Yeah.
I feel like they are doing that a lot now to help kind of tamper down the bribery and corruption factor.
Yeah.
But I still think it's going to take a little bit of time for that to take better control.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all for keeping people honest. And it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Thank you for that, though. We appreciate it. Somebody says, yes, please. Nima Ridge is different than Nima. Yeah. Oh, wow. We have a lot. Okay. Sorry. I lost my
Everybody coming in on Nima. It was like,
yes. Before you visit, do your homework. They don't like Black people there.
Oh, man. It's one of them places. No wonder it's so safe. They keep the Black people out.
Aw, we're both bummed out by that. We're like, aw.
Yeah, I know. Like,
That's okay. We'll pick a different one.
That's okay. I got an invitation from Rwanda.
4,000 to 5,000 CDs a month, maybe among the government.
No, man. Hey, you'd be surprised.
I think
surprised what people are making now these days.
Yeah, and it's definitely, I think it's increased over the last 2 to 3 years as well. So we are seeing that it's edging forward a little bit. Yeah. As an African, I would never go to the US. It's full of anti-African racism, bigotry, and prejudice.
Yep, I agree. That's all I don't like about
Africans. It's not just against Africans, so don't worry.
Yeah. I tell you, the one thing I appreciate too is being in the majority here, being in the States. Oh, I hate it. I hate that feeling. You know, and then I even felt even more isolated because like the Black guys weren't even Black guys. I was like, well, no Espanol, sorry. I looking at me crazy. So I'm good here.
G Life was calling me out here. He said that I skipped him. It was a tough question though, so I'm going back to try to see where I skipped. Let's see. Well, he's asking us about, where did it go? He's asking about the situation in Burkina Faso, which I don't feel like we're qualified to answer. Do you have an opinion?
Nope. Too political.
It is. It's very political. We're trying not to get into that one. But thank you for asking the question. I'm sorry I skipped you.
I can say that Africa is a young continent. And
is it a young continent? It's full of young countries, young independent countries.
It's full of young people.
Oh, is that what you meant? It is full of young people.
Yeah. It's full of young people.
It is. What do you think? Nope. Thank you, G Life. We appreciate you. Somebody wants to.
Yeah, that's all I can say. It's just full of young people, man.
Quahu Mountains for paragliding at Easter.
Yes, absolutely.
I want you to do it because
I'm not going to do. I'm going to go and get some video and stuff. But
no, I want you to do the thing. You just have to run down the mountain and then jump.
Oh, you lost me a run.
Okay, then I guess then that's what we got. All right, we've got greetings from California. Sybil is in their mid-70s and enjoyed Ghana. Amazing food and the love. If they were younger, they would relocate here. Coming in Ghana October or November, the plane ticket is less expensive. The trick is to get in October and get out in November before Thanksgiving, because that's when all the fares and the flights go crazy. That is the window. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rip to our FBA sisters slain in the motherland. I had a lot of fun in June. It was rainy season, but there wasn't a lot of rain. Who does the background art in some of your videos? Tony, you get those from all over.
Yeah. Yeah, I get these from all over.
Yeah. America. Say again?
No. Yours.
Oh, yeah. I'm just in a hotel somewhere. I don't even know what's behind me. It's my halo. No.
Yeah.
Is America a safe place? Priscilla says it's the Wild West out there, so there you go.
That's what it sounds like. And who watching the news here?
Yeah,
I see less commercials about visiting America. So
yeah, BW is calling out Antonio, so I'm gonna let y'all duke that one out.
Oh, there they go again.
Yeah, Rider Lady says them shoes is ugly. Howard says wife grew up in Nema, means Kingstown. It's a Muslim area.
Did you hear what he said?
Where?
The black one.
Priscilla?
After that one. No.
Oh, I don't know where you're pointing to.
No, it was like it just popped up.
But. Howard says wife grew up in Nema.
Right. So is your name really Howard Johnson?
And it's not a bad place. Stop it. Rob says, does your family plan on visiting other countries on the continent?
Yes. I wanted to start in South Africa and take this cruise that comes up the west coast of Africa, and you visit all these countries on West Africa. That would be great. Sound good. Yeah, I know. It sounds great.
Rob wants to know if they have a West African drumming event in Ghana.
They got a drumming event in Ghana. I don't know West African drumming. I don't know if it's a collaborative event or I don't know about that, but they do have a big drumming event. I've heard of it before. Maybe it was just a big festival. I don't know, but yeah, they got all kinds of drumming here.
So I have to pivot because I'm looking at the time and I want to make sure that we get a chance to talk about. Okay, so I would like you to tell the story about what happened when we were in the States last month with Leo.
Which time?
With Leo that you pointed out was maybe a little racist.
Leo was we were out at the beach and Leo went to. We just told the story last, so if you hear, okay. So we're at the beach and Leo was out. He's one of those nice kids who likes to go talk to make friends with everybody. So he's out just talking to people, making friends. And so we roll up on Leo in the water there, and hey Leo, the lady goes, hey, this your kid, and oh he speaks so well, he speaks so proper, and all this like.
He really speaks good English.
She was surprised that the little kid could form a sentence. That's how I took it, you know.
So, so you thought that was maybe racist?
Yes. And here's why. Whoever goes up to a little white kid and says, "Oh, you speak so well," nobody ever says that to a little white kid. But you always hear that to a little black or brown kid. That's why it's racist.
Okay, so I was with one of my friends here in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, maybe we're the racist ones because we hear that and assume it's because of race. And maybe this woman meant it sincerely, that we just had a child who spoke so well, and that was it. So she made a point of telling me this because she wanted us to consider the fact that maybe we're the ones that are racist for assuming it was about race.
Yeah.
Is that so? Are we racist, Tony? Are we racist?
Yeah. I don't know. According to her, and you must be her only black friend.
Oh no, you said that thing out loud. You're not supposed to say it out loud. Was that your inside words outside?
Oh, sorry.
I will say she is Caucasian.
And you're her only black friend.
I don't know if I would say no.
I would hope not, because that would be very racist if you were on her part.
But I don't know. I've not hung out with her enough to meet all of her friends, so it's hard to tell. So do you think that we are? Do you think we're racist? Do you think you're racist?
I don't think I am.
Because I know I'm racist. So are you racist? Are you racist? You don't think you're racist. See, we had this arguments once before. It was like 10 years ago. And I told you that everybody is racist because everyone makes assumptions about people based on race the same way they make assumptions about gender and age and hairstyle and clothing. So like inherently we are all judging by race. Like we're pre-programmed to do this. Do you think that that's, you still disagree with me on that one?
Yeah. You know, as far as like with the black kid speaking, you know, the only time you hear somebody say that to a little white kid, point out he has really good English or something, is like when you're around like really, really poor people, and then the little white kid, you know, isn't speaking like trailer park lingo, and then
you are totally racist. What are you even saying right now about trailer parks and white people? Like, come on. This is what that you just proved my point.
No, like
when you have really poor white people like in a trailer park.
And then, you know, there's that one kid, you know, he always carrying his books and stuff. Like, they don't say to him, "Oh, you talk real." They're like, "Hey, you trying to be Einstein?" They rib on him or something. But, you know, they don't, "Oh, you speak so good English." They don't say that to them. So that's why it's racist.
Oh, yeah. I got to jump in the comments because I just know they're going to be calling us out over here. Okay. Colette says, "Hey from Cali." BW wants to know. BW wants to know where I am. I am currently in Texas. I am speaking at a bunch of different places throughout the state. Tony and I and the family, we all went on a carnival cruise. Can we say the C word? Can you tell who it is? We went on a cruise. I did. We
were on a carnival cruise.
we partied like that. Yep.
Yeah, of course, we was on a carnival cruise. No Royal Caribbean or
fun. Oh, did I just bring us down a rank because I said we're on a Carnival cruise?
Well, no, you confirmed that we are broke. You know, we are.
What? Now, I was going to try to tell Carnival to give us a free cruise, but they ain't going to do it after what you just said. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Homie, shut up. Cut it.
Gigi says, "Oh, please." It sounds like Texas pulling out that Uno reverse card. BW says, when they saw a picture of Luke and Leo, they were shocked. They don't look like the short young man that they saw at JFK or at the meet and greet. No. Luke is a grown man.
Yeah, that dude.
Leo's almost grown man. In like another foot, Leo will be a grown man.
But you know, what else I thought was racist too? Was remember they were singing the happy birthday song?
Oh, wait. Let's finish this comment and then I'll let you do the birthday thing because no, that was racist for sure. Because that was definitely racist. Okay. Somebody says, "You speak so well" is just plain racist. It's funny how we Black Africans say Black kids talk white when they speak properly. Why is that?
No, I don't say they speak because I met too many white people who I'm like, yeah, you ate lead paint chips, didn't you?
Rob says she's Caucasian. Enough said. Somebody laughed and says, "Are you sure she's your friend?" Racist people always try to make you feel like you're the problem. That was Mayor. Hannah says, "I don't think that happened in the States. I thought y'all were in a different country on the continent when that happened." We consider the question from the expectation point of view. Did you have a lower expectation of your son and then was surprised?
And that's why it was like, yeah, we weren't in America when that happened. We were outside of the country, but it was a white lady from the States who made the comment.
Maybe she thought that because he lived in Africa, he was learning English as a second language, in which case he speaks so well was a compliment.
But she didn't get that information until after you were like, yeah, he should. Yeah, homeschool to private tutor. He should speak good English, lady.
Dan says racism is a myth. Most Black says Black people cannot be racist.
Yes, we can. As soon as we get power. We need the power to be racist. We ain't got no
power. Ghana says really good English is itself racist because language is Leo should be speaking Cantonese. No, what language should Leo speak? Cantonese? Yeah. Tony, she got you. Hey, baby, I got you.
Yeah, you got me all right.
I did. 100% IO. Yay. Tony's tired. All the truth is coming out. Tony, what time is it by you? I got the edge.
Oh, it's late, but I don't have anything else to do. I'm going back to the lodge tonight. I don't have anything else to do.
Somebody says, Tony, you are not a racist. You were just referring to the trailer park. And
exactly, that's not.
And they get what you're saying. So, Antonio says, "Who's calling me out? Stop doing that. All people love sneakers, especially the gold ones." Biden is selling clown shoes. Somebody's laughing at 8 lead paint chips. I can't believe you said that, Antonio. You're so terrible. Oh boy, you're the worst. You
know what else I thought was racist? And tell me if this was racist because
okay, this was.
Okay, yeah, so we're at our table having dinner, and it was January 15th, Martin Luther King's birthday. Somebody was having a birthday celebration. What do? They start singing the Stevie Wonder "Happy Birthday" song.
Can you sing it for us so that we all know what you're talking about?
Happy birthday to you. Happy. I don't know if I can sing it, copyright infringement or something like that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's good enough.
Yeah, so they sing the song, right? And we can hear the people at the table over from us, and they were like whispering, and then the guy goes, "That must be their happy birthday song."
No, he says the one person was asking what birthday, like what is that? And the other guy goes, "It's the Black Happy Birthday."
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I wanted to go over there and say something so bad to him.
I had to hold you back in the chest. I was like, Tony, stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah!
It's going to seem confrontational because I was going to tell him because they didn't know. I'm like, dude, that's Stevie Wonder.
Well, Stevie
the
Wonder was
Dr.
Black.
King
So.
Jr. birthday song. I wanted to tell them, but I was like, because they were not in a place where I didn't want no problems because it was still a couple of days to go on that cruise, and I don't want a problem with people. But
that's the last day of the cruise type behavior. Is that?
Yeah, absolutely. But that was straight up racist because it's like birthday song. Somebody made a birthday song. Now that's the one we sing. We have a black national anthem.
That one felt wrong. So so here's my question to pivot for you. So now you were with a certain kind of demographic in that American demographic there. When you get back to Ghana, do you ever feel like there's black on black racism? Do you feel like or tribalism instead, or colorism? Do you feel like there's a Ghanaian equivalent that you have to deal with?
Yes. It comes from the other foreigners who don't have melanin.
No, that's not true, is it?
We're at Evergreen. This Indian lady, Luke and I were talking, and Leo was kind of in the aisle, in the middle of the aisle, and how she was coming, I could tell she was going to push right past Leo, and I kind of moved him a little bit. And you can tell it was, she had those horse blinders on, not going to acknowledge anybody in that store, will get what she needs to get out and won't say hi or bye or good afternoon to anybody. And I just observed her go through the store and, not the girl at the counter don't say, oh, hey, good afternoon or something. Lady, just nothing, just straight face. I'm like,
So you think that the only people that have problems with race are people who come from countries where there are problems with race, but not necessarily domestically inside of Ghana itself?
I think a lot of the issues here come from people who don't understand what has happened here and what is happening here. Ghana's a young country, so in '57 it got its independence, and being able to take care of yourself after somebody has been doing it for you for a long time, and things weren't good before '57, so after '57, things weren't going to just be all great and everything. So people think Africans have shot themselves in the foot when it's like, no, there's something behind the situation here, and they see how
they're still trying to dig out, right? Like they're still trying to dig out from their own oppression.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, you people just, and it's like, no, it's not like that. These aren't lazy people here. These aren't people who don't want to do for themselves. These are people who were taken advantage of in every way that they could have been, and now the dust is settling, and they're trying to make something out of it. So
yeah, I mean, even when when you talk about even Burkina Faso and like the French-speaking countries that surround us, some of the tension that's going on there is because they're trying to break from
that colonist rule.
Right. Well,
you don't understand, slavery was not a long, long time ago.
It really wasn't.
And they want you to forget. I told somebody, if math and history were taught at the same time or in the same, like when I was learning history, how they were presenting numbers made it seem like slavery was like 3,000-4,000 years ago. And they're like, but really, you know,
it's like 3 generations ago. It wasn't
right. And if you put those numbers together, you're like, wait a minute, that's 100 years. I know somebody who 100 years ago, or 150 years ago, that would have been my great grandmother. My great great grandmother. I met my great grandmother. Her parents would have been born slaves.
right.
So to go from my great grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, and then to me, it's like, well, that's 5 generations. I'm not far away from it.
Right.
So it wasn't taught in that context. Oh, slavery ended. So long ago. No,
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
very disconnected. But there's still that residual effect of people kind of like Black Americans distancing themselves from African ancestry because they feel like my African ancestors sold me away or gave me away. I think we just don't understand globally this idea of exactly what happened during that era. Even when we were traveling and we were going into, South America and the Caribbean and Mexico, and you're seeing the presence of Black people in all of those spaces, you really have to start to rethink how we got there. How did we arrive in those places?
Yeah. And, when you go to those places, it's so weird to see, you go and you see like what looks like an African print. You see the drummers, the drumming and the dancing. And they're like, this is like what you would see in West Africa.
I know where you got that.
Yeah. And it's like, in America, that's the only, or I should say, in the U.S., that's the only place where you don't see the descendants of slavery having a language or music or culture that came from Africa, and that's why I feel that's the bigger disconnect. Is
really, because like
so long ago,
isn't African culture the backbone of all American culture at this point? Like, isn't that what, I mean, like you think about jazz, you think about dance, you think about art, you think about, I mean, like, I feel like
all of that is African culture.
Isn't that us in all of that?
Yeah. I think about even some of the foods we eat. One of my favorite dishes my aunt Mabel makes is the okra gumbo, and they that's okra stew here. So it's like my family eating for years the same food West Africans eating. How are we saying we're not the same? Come on now, that don't even make sense.
Well, I'm in the South right now, and when you even think about being in the South in terms of what is considered Southern food, and you've talked to me about this before, like the food that you think of as American is Southern food, and all of that Southern food is really like, yeah, it's like African hints trying to deal with American availability, and that's what they were able to make as people who were then enslaved. So I just think about like chicken wings and mud bugs. I drove by a mud bug farm, Tony. I was like, look, they got the mud bugs out there. And I thought, who would want to eat something called a mud bug? I would eat it.
I know, for real, right?
You'd eat a whole sack of it right now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, as long as they're not there. I heard the prices was real high.
Yes.
They had a bad season or something.
Yeah. Okay, so go back. I have to jump in these comments. We had somebody who said the Black Happy Birthday. They thought that was funny, but Colette says it is the Black Happy Birthday, and that's okay that they call it that. That's what it is. It just like Lift Every Voice is the Black national anthem. Good with it. We got people amening on that. There is no racism in Ghana apart from the non-melanated people who bring their baggage in.
Yep.
BW says every time he goes through JFK Airport, he always asks the Delta Airlines rep where Darwin is. I hope Darwin lost his job. Or at least Gigi says truth is truth. We've been singing that. I know, right? Yeah. John, how are you received with my skin tone? I know your dad is Ghanaian, but what has been your experience? My experience is that when they see Tony and I together, they think Tony is the Ghanaian and that I'm his trophy wife. But I would like to set the record straight. I'm the Ghanaian. And that is my trophy husband.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, yo. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Mississippi says that's right. They're making good money over there. They get up early and take care of business. Very impressed, Rider Lady said. Very true. It's all African culture. All of it is African culture. John Smith says, I'm IO skin tone, and they said I'm considered to be white. Yep, they call me a brony all the time. But there are people who are my skin tone or lighter who are African.
Yeah, people just a little darker than you, they call them a brony. So,
yeah, it's not. And remember that it's not. A brony just means foreigner. And for most people, when they're calling you a brony, it's not necessarily that they're calling you whitey. It's that they're saying you're not from here, and you're not. So don't be offended. I'm not offended. I'm a little offended because I'm like, I'm Ghanaian. But, it's okay. How much Ghanaians are familiar with the history of the transatlantic slave trade?
It's not a school topic.
I remember we found that one chapter in the textbook, and I showed it to you because I was like, look at what they say the slave trade was. But it was from British.
Yeah, right. That's where they got the school books from. It's like, hey, I got to read these school books. Like,
yeah. But I will say, like, not a lot of Ghanaians actually go through the slave castle experience, even though there's so many of them here.
It's so weird to see first timers. I'm like, dude, you've been here 50 years. This is your first time coming to a slave castle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, Howard says that we're good people, but we're showing a bit of racism, but he forgives us. We're all a bit racist.
Are we showing a bit of racism?
Yeah, I always feel like no matter what you say, people are gonna be like, well, you're racist.
I love all people. I got all kind of friends.
I know, I'm biracial, so I'm always like, I don't understand this concept. When I tell you that we literally didn't have race in my house growing up, like we really didn't have race. I didn't understand the context. When you and I were dating, you were still teaching me the context of what blackness meant.
Yeah.
Like it just was not. So I always think that's very interesting when people are quick to tell me that I'm racist. I'm like, oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, you're the least racist person I know.
Lady Ryder says great grandmother is Ghanaian, great grandfather was white. I feel like that gives you a citizenship, right?
Your great grandmother.
Yeah. Truth says Black Americans have a culture of their own. It's remarkable and imitated worldwide, including in African countries. But what's interesting is watching Afrobeats spread into music everywhere. So I feel like, is African culture going out to the masses?
It's weird because I see a lot of like what we think is like Black American culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I see like, there's 54 countries here, and be flipping through videos or whatever, and I'll see something like, huh, that's where they get it from. That's just in their DNA.
Yep.
To do it. I'm like, so hey, we're all linked.
Yikes. Howard says he's going to give you some sensitivity training about racism, about race.
I went race sensitive training or diversity training in the 90s, man. I tell you.
You loved it, didn't you? YPK says, yes, on Fox News, they actually said that Black people love sneakers. So we're going to buy the sneakers.
Yep.
That doesn't feel racist, though, does it?
It's not racist at all. That's racist as hell. Yeah.
John says that Cape Coast Castle Tour was a bit maddening when the guide tried to explain away slavery and not recognizing Africans' part in the trade. Forgiven by me, but let's not rewrite history. But you know what? I think history is being rewritten on every end of the story. And that's partly because of the lens to which those stories were told. I mean, like I said, when I look at textbooks, current textbooks, that part is not in Ghana. That part is not written into those textbooks. They're still holdouts from British idealism or ideas, the British lens of history. So I don't know. He might not. If he was an older man who grew up during colonialism and was taught in that system, that's how he knows it.
Yeah. And that history was rewritten here and given to the people here and said, hey, that's why I love, hearing stories and from people that, come from the village.
And they'll tell it to you true.
They're like, hey man, I know that's what you heard. Let me tell you what happened though.
See, what happened was, all right, hold on. I have to press a button.
Hi, I'm Leo. Subscribe right now.
Why are you all off center now? Did you slide over? Did you kick the camera?
I think I did. I need to slide over. That boy, he don't even sound like that, don't look like that. We need to immediately get him in the studio and new video for him.
Oh, you're so funny. Anyway, this is an interesting question. Were Africans sold by other Africans in the West African slave trade? Yes.
Yes and no.
And no. Yes, they were sold, but that wasn't the only way that people entered into the slave trade.
Then there was indentured servitude, and some people didn't understand what that meant, so they took indentured servitude and made slavery from that. So it's you just come here, read some books.
Someone's asking what the required language taught in K-12, and they learn local language and English, and French. Well, my brothers and sister, they learned all three. They had to take all three.
English, Tree, and French, right?
Right. Well, they took English, Ga, and French, and spoke Tree in the house. So really, they're leaving with 4 languages.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people who are having quite the conversation. I'm gonna let y'all have that one in the comments.
Language.
Someone's asking about Swahili, but that is not taught in schools.
Not here.
Yeah, Tree. You usually take a local language course, so it could be Tree, it could be Ga, it could be Ewe. It depends on where you live.
Yes.
And so it just depends. Yes, I love Black Coffee, Afrobeat music group. Whew, okay, I feel like we should get into our questions. We are getting towards the end here. We've got to wrap it out. But before we do you want to say anything about your upcoming Spring Fling?
There's still slots available for the Spring Fling, March 26th through April 2nd. It's gonna be a good time. Just hanging out, doing some touristy things. So if you're interested, you catch up with us at hello@expatlifeghana.com for more information on that. And you can visit our website, www.expatlifeghana.com.
All right, are you ready for the question? You ready?
Yep.
Sarah wants to know, what is our secret because we're getting younger and younger?
It's the Ghana sun, and we're at the center of the world. So the polarization of the Earth and the sun and the moon creates this effect that we look younger.
Yeah,
That's
what
all
he
I
said. BFT says, I'm trying to move there now. What advice would you give?
Visit.
Tony says visit first. Mine is get your money right.
Yeah, Ghana is not for everybody.
It's not. And get your money right before you try to leave.
Yeah, she the money right person. Get your money right. Stack them chips.
Stanley says, is July as busy as December for visitors?
No.
December, like 300 and what is it? Almost 400,000 people come in December to Ghana.
Yeah. July is like touristy busy here because people are out of school, off work, vacation, summer vacations, that type of thing. Where December is people are coming home
and people on vacation.
As people on vacation, tourists coming in. So you got Ghanaians coming in and people from all over the world coming in. So yeah, December is
for sure.
Packed.
Winifred says, I want to invite you. How can I get to you? What's that email again, Tony?
Hello at expatlifeghana.com. Which Winifred is that?
I don't know. It was a different Winifred. It wasn't our Winifred.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hello at expatlifeghana.com.
Deborah wants to know, how much is the visa on arrival?
$150, but it depends on where you're coming from. Yeah, Americans, there's no visa on arrival right now for
and they probably won't do that again until next winter, right? When they did it.
Yeah, what they're doing now is somebody else that just included through the list of visa or no visa, but I can't remember. But yeah, not for us.
Last question. Sister wants to know, I want to know my roots and where my ancestors were taken from. Can I really come back home?
Yep. What is it? Ancestral DNA?
There's so many now. You can do 23andMe. You can do Ancestry.com. You can do, there's an African one. Somebody will put it in the comments because I can't remember what it was. But yeah, you can definitely do that. You can come back home, but just remember, if you want to stay, Ghana does not make it as easy as they sounded it out to be when they talked about coming beyond the return. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But, it's happening.
Yeah. Well, African ancestry. See, I knew somebody was going to pop down there. There you go. Tony, I know it's late for you. It's late. You okay?
Yep. It's 10:01, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably start getting ready to wrap it up.
So what else is coming up? Oh, we got a meet and greet coming up March 29th. Is that right?
You looked at this already and then you forgot already? It's the
30th?
It's the 30th.
March 30th. Yeah, I'll trust you.
All right. So the 30th, we'll have a meet and greet. I will be back by then.
Yes. Because on the 29th, we have a live, and the 26th is the start of the Spring Fling Tour.
Yes. Okay. It's going to be good. All right. I hope we have a video this next Friday. I'm not sure how my travel will work out, but I think we're going to get one. So we're going to.
Yeah. We got some new content coming up. It's going to be great.
I think we might miss the next Friday, but then we're going to get the Friday after that.
Really? You gonna miss one?
I won't be back.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's going to be okay. If you want, like, we could go live again. That would be weird. We just do wait till next month. It'll be okay.
Something happens, we'll go live again.
Oh, what's going to be the big thing? I don't know, but maybe. I guess maybe.
Yeah. All right. Oh, if anybody's coming in December, let me tell you what's happening now. Start making your reservations now. We have people who are trying to book with us for November or for December for groups coming in. So we're trying to get them placed in different locations. And what we're finding is some of the hotels are already saying they are booked solid for December. Some of the most popular places are booked solid for December already. So if you are coming for any time in December, you need hotel accommodations, all that. Get all that taken care of now because it's going to get tight, and the tighter it gets, the more expensive it's going to get. So handle that soon. And that's all I want to say about that.
I have one person that jumped in comments, and so I have to make a comment because I feel like somebody said that Africans were selling melanated people for free, ? Your lack of honesty is what's going to cause Pan-Africanism to be exposed for what it is. Hold up, dear. Yes, Africans were selling their enemies for free. They were capturing them and getting rid of them the easiest way possible by putting them into the slave trade and letting the white man take them away. That was one of the ways that people entered into the slave trade. But what I don't understand is people who come in and just say, like, the thing that I know is the only thing that I know. This is a conversation. That's what we do here on this channel. We don't say that we're right or we're wrong. We say, this is my opinion, and let's have a conversation. So if you're going to do that kind of stuff, go be on somebody else's channel.
Yeah, but, you know, it's like, watch who you get your information from. Watch who educate you, because, you know, if you look at what's happening in the States right now, you know, there's Black people aren't getting an education of who they are, and who they are isn't being represented in the history books. So Black kids are going to grow up without a further knowledge of who they are. So, you know, there's his story, her story, and the truth. So if you don't know all of the stories, you know, don't assume this one thing happened. You know, that's not fair. You know, just go do some more history seeking.
He says that was his point, and that we should be honest, and that we can only progress in that honesty.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, and that's why I think the U.S. is having so much problems with race and all that, is because they're like, nope, we're not ashamed of what we did, and matter of fact, we don't want anybody to know what we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, can't keep telling the same lies. Africans sold melanated people. I'm not judging nor condemning, but to say your implication was that that was the only way that people entered into the slave trade. And what I'm trying to say to you is, when you phrase it like that, when you make it sound like this is the single truth, it is in denial of the other ways that this happened, which is short-sighted. That is not the only way that it happened. And so even here, Africans sold melanated people. No, that's not the only way. That's not the only thing. And so don't put that out into the ecosystem, because again, it makes it sound a certain kind of way. And that's not the only way that it happened. Thank you. All right. So now that we've got all that, let's go ahead and wrap up for the night. I'm sorry I had to throw that one back in there, but when I see it coming in comments, it makes me a little bit like it goes out into the YouTube sphere and it stays there. And I don't want that conversation to make it sound like it's one kind of way.
Yeah. So what else we got here? I feel like there's always more. What else?
No, I know. Look at you. If you don't get to sleep soon, you're gonna fall asleep here.
I told Luke it was like 8:30. Dude, I'm just gonna sleep for like an hour, dude. 9:30, I'm gonna get up.
You slept before the live? Ooh, that's dangerous.
It starts at 11. Yeah, I heard that alarm go off. I was like, oh, why did I do that to myself?
I wonder what would happen if we started doing our lives earlier so that we don't have to stay up so late. Because like 11 is late.
Well, then like 9. We'll go to 10. Right, as soon as we do that, we'll go to 10 next month.
Yeah, when it goes to 10, it feels better.
Yeah.
We should go to 9 just to see what happens. We'll see what people.
Yeah, that's early there, then, you know.
It is, I know, but it's so late. Anyway, hey Tony, guess what?
What's up, y'all?
Miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too.
Do you? Yay!
It's boring here. Nobody yelling. It's so.
If you want, I can do an audio recording of me yelling at you and just.
That's what we need, because it's like, it's so quiet here. Once in a while, I hear some noise and like, oh, okay, somebody is here.
Yeah, if you want, I'll just put little recordings. I'll be like, Tony, close the door. Mm-hmm. Tony, is this yours?
Close the door, boys. Yeah, do that one.
I'll just put that on a button. You can just play that as many times as you want. Hit the button. I'll take you out. Yeah, will that help you out? I'll be glad to do that. Aw.
That's funny.
Love you.
Love you too, yo.
All right. Well, I guess I'm signing off, huh?
And I'm talking to the people. Well, y'all, it's late here. It's like 5 minutes to 1. And this sucks.
5 minutes to 1? Yeah, that sucks.
That's right. Until the lion tells us a story, the hunter will always be the hero. Exactly. So
I think that's a good close. Thank you, Colette. That is the perfect close for today.
Yep. Absolutely. And I see I got some emails I gotta attend to now. They've been jumping.
All right. Well, sign us off, dear.
So, all right. Until next time. Charlie out for now. So what are you bringing me back?
I'm not bringing you anything back. My suitcases are too small. I'm bringing myself stuff back. Sorry. You had your chance. That was it. You did your thing. You ate all the candy, didn't you?
Your kids did.
Don't say it was them. They're not supposed to be able to access the candy. It's supposed to be you. You have access to the candy. You ate all of it? Okay, if I could bring back one, what would be the one I bring? Only one. My suitcase is small.
Either those Sour Patch Kids or those jelly things.
You ate all the Sour Patch Kids?
No.
I don't even like you
anymore. I'll put those Swedish fish and those other things away for you.
Are you eating some of them right now?
No, I'm eating sweet tarts.
Ooh. I'll do my best. Do I need more of those? No, we're good. Stop eating. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Why are you eating candy? Stop it. Stop it.
I gotta go to the office still.
Make my recording right now. Tony, stop eating the candy.
I'm gonna need some sugar in me to drive this little 5-minute drive, 2-minute drive.
Man, you eat any more of that sugar, you're gonna have to walk there.
Yeah, if I walk there, then I won't be able to sleep for another 2 hours. I'll be wide awake.
All right. Well, you go to sleep.
I can stay here tonight. Nobody would know.
Probably not. I'll call you in the morning.
Yeah, call me when you get up. That's cool.
All right. Love you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye, people.